Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Wednesday, June 2nd, 2025. So today we saw the S&P grind higher again, up 30 points. This was one of the targets that I had put out once we got above these. I said it was going to be 6,200, but then what it was, I just took really an ABC pattern on it, so it could extend higher, but this was the target on it. We pretty much hit that today. Nothing's really changed as far as everything else. We have the bearish divergences, but this continue higher as long as it wants. I don't really know exactly when this is going to top, but what I do, and that's one of the reasons why I have not been saying to short this market. And really what my main thing I've been pounding the table on was moving, really your bias towards the small caps and really the quantum stocks, because they've had pullbacks in IWM is not even near where it was the previous highs. And this is where I was showing you IWM compared to where the S&P is. So it has a real lot of ground to make up to even play catch up on it. And if you just take a look, we had the S&P that was up about a little bit less than 0.5%, and you have IWM that was up 1.4% yesterday. IWM was up about the same, I think. I'm not 100% sure on it, but it was, it was up a good amount after that. But anyway, this is why I'm choosing them, and this is really the trade that we made today in the room. And if you take a look, this is at 941. And what I had said was that I'm taking a position in IWM, the 217 calls, they were for 101, and IWM closed at 21. So you have $1,000 trade for if that was 10 contracts, and you made $4,000. So that's really what we've been doing in there, and it's been pretty consistent. There hasn't been too many mistakes that we've made. A couple, if anything, it was just using the wrong pair, like I did yesterday, where I was instead of taking long IWM and short SPY like I've been doing, it's kind of a hedge trade on that, so meaning that if we do decline, I was on the side that you're going to see the spiders decline faster than IWM, but instead yesterday I just did I actually put on the trade with IWM. I'm sorry, with the SPY trade yesterday, and that was the strangle, and it cost me a little bit of money, but today we more than made that back. And in the room, anybody who took that, it paid attention and made some really good money. There was absolutely zero stress, because as soon as we got into that, if you look, I'm going to go back to a 5-minute chart. So if you look at the time up here, this was 9:45. That's when I put this out. So we were right here. It was right around the 1750, I believe it was. And really my reasoning for IWM was we came down, we hit the 50-day, and this is only on a 15-minute chart, and that's all we needed before we had the springboard. So I continue to lean on just trading IWM. I think there's more more meat on the bone than there is with the S&P, but that doesn't mean that the S&P can't continue higher. So and another thing that we've been doing is I've been going over this in the room, is the quantum stocks. QBTS, that was up almost 8% today. RGTIW, that was up 17% today. And RGTY, that's the actual common stock for it, 15%. So, we as much as I'm not really, sure about, I don't trust the S&P right now. I'm not shorting this market, and we're making a lot of money on the quantum stocks. And one of the things that's that really is kind of interesting is because I put these out. This is something you could follow whenever you want, and on it, it's these are my live charts. So you can see RGTIW never made it quite up to the top part here, but these were the resistance lines. These are where you wanted to buy, and you can see 367 was the exact low. Now this thing is trading up to 420 right now, and moving. I'm sorry, 482. So we're having fantastic gains on those. And if we look at which one did I QBTS. So here you can see that this was I actually on this one took profits too early because it was right before the earnings and I didn't realize this was going to happen. But I had said don't chase up here. You want to turn around, wait for support. This was the first support, 1409 and then 1350. So that was the exact low. Today this thing screamed higher, $1.16. So it's a, like I was saying, as much as I'm just seeing the sell signals on the daily charts and on the 60-minute charts, it's one of the reasons why I'm staying away from this S&P, or I'm using the spiders on a put side and using IWM on a call side, just for a hedge. Where if the market goes down, I'm on the side that I believe the spiders will go down faster than IWM, and we would just make our money on that side of it. So. Again, nothing's really changed with the bearish divergences, even with today's move. 15-minute chart, same thing, where, we still have these divergences. But, as I said, you can, this market can continue up. I'm just not participating in the S&P and would rather use the, the stocks that had pullbacks. And we're up more than... most are from when we got out at the 5,900 here, because it's gone up. Yeah, we're up. It's 300 points, but it's only 3%, and you're looking at the S&P and I meant the IWM with some of the trades we're making. Today that one was 3,000% on one trade, and you're looking at the quantum stocks that are going. They hit the exact lows that I was looking at, and they're slingshotting higher, and that's really what the way I do it. So you can see this trend line has been getting followed right here. So when we hit it, it's been coming down, but it's really been using the 50-day moving average on the 15-minute chart as support. So if we pull back, you got to keep an eye on the 6207. If it breaks that, that's when you start looking at a little bit lower, possibly down to the 6150, or really just they have to get through this 6174 level. But again, even with the strong move that we've seen, we still have these divergences in place. So and another thing, if you just kind of look at the way this is forming right here, it looks like it's getting very tight here with this little this wedge right here. And if it breaks, and you're looking at the move coming somewhere down into the 6132. I know we have the economic numbers tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure which ones they are. Is it PMI or something like that? But in any case, or I'm not sure if it's non-farm payrolls, but in any case, I know the market is paying attention to that. So if it's something good and the market believes that the Fed is going to lower rates earlier than later, maybe we get another boost higher. There's not going to be much volume. So really, whatever happens in what I think the first, when the market opens, I'm not really believing it's going to move all that much, but there's a chance it could. I just think that the volume is going to be not there at all, and we're closed on Friday. So if looking at this, if I was a betting man, I would say it's going to break to the downside just because of the sell signals and this bearish rising wedge right here. But again, the market's going to do what it's going to do, and if we do get a pullback, I'm going to continue to buy the quantum stocks at my support levels that I have down there, that people in the room can see all the time, and also just lean on IWM and continue to make these types of trades because I think they're going to be really good. So again, on the upside, if it continues, you can just go up, say 62.30, 62.40. It's tough to say on the upside because there's no real resistance. On the downside, the main thing is going to be the 6205. Then we have support at 61, say 90. This is actually pretty decent support because this was used as resistance and then it's been being used as support right here. So that would be right around that 61.88. Below that, then we're looking at a move to come down and touch this 61.50 level. And then below that, then we start looking at something that could go a little bit deeper than what some are expecting. So let's just see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I will talk to you guys in the morning.